Now, getting to the painful truth, okay? There's a problem. We have to recognize the problem, talk it out, and then talk about solutions. So here we go. And let's find out the human condition. What's going on right now in reality? It's extremely important for parenting. The human species is in a downward spiral towards bondage, suffering, and ultimately destruction because human beings in the aggregate, the collective, have an inaccurate, false worldview. We do not understand the causal factors or the root of the problem of why it's happening. We are in a self-induced hypnosis, an unconscious feedback loop of suffering and control because we do not understand ourselves, our psychology, and how the natural world, our reality, operates. Thus, we are manifesting what we do not want in the world because we, as a species, are unconscious on how the real laws of manifestation work. The laws of manifestation work based upon if we are truly moral beings or not. And as a species, we are certainly immoral beings because of what we choose to believe and what we continue to condone. The majority of human beings on this planet are not only ignorant to what morality truly is, the majority of human beings on this planet are completely immoral due to their incorrect thoughts and actions, thus condoning and contributing to the causal factors of suffering in the world. The suffering in the world will continue until we change our thoughts and actions. And we're failing as parents. Parents are failing. This is the causal factor. The majority of parents on this planet are failing their children because they have not educated their young on objective morality and natural law, the laws of nature that govern the consequences of human behavior, therefore continuing the cycle of enslavement. Parents, in the aggregate, the majority, do not understand what morality is. And if the parent doesn't understand what morality is, they can't teach it to their kids. Parents are programmed and conditioned to sacrifice their children to government institutions without question because parents believe these institutions are in their best interests. I used sacrifice on purpose because that's what sacrifice means. It means to give up to give to a deity. And this is a false god. That's what government is. All the government institutions. This is a religion. It's the ego it's the manifested ego. It's an artificial mental construct that the majority of human beings on this planet worship, and they sacrifice their kids to these institutions. Generational mind control. We are at war, and who's taken the brunt of the effects of parental ignorance and neglect are the children. Everything that goes on in reality that's influenced by the dark social engineers, it's all about the children. Why? Because that's laying the foundation for the next realm of their agenda, the future. That's what they're doing. The graphic says, in reality, they're not after you, they're after me. You need to be in the way. And pure truth. Parents need to step up and need to recognize that we are at war. This is a spiritual war. People were saying that 20 years ago. We're at physical war now. It's just not what you think war is, okay? We're not in the trenches. The trenches are trying to go get food or watching people suffocate their kids. So it's everywhere. It's out in the streets, and it's in front of our house. It's not hot yet, But this is why we need to take in this information and understand what we can do. And it's all about parenting. Parents have an opportunity to pull back and give our children a great gift. The social engineers of our reality, social engineers, these are dark influencers. Ultimately, the humans, the individuals creating the action, the majority of people are taking the actions on them by themselves. Police and military, the social engineers are just influencers. They're in all major institutions, and they are just influencing your mind. You are responsible for yourself. You are creating the action. Here's their plan. This is what they do. Distract the older generations. Condition the younger generations. That's simple. Condition them to get them ready for what's coming, the new society. Children are under attack by their own parents. This is from parental ignorance and neglect, because they do not hold the knowledge of how this reality works, natural law, the laws of nature, and morality. They don't understand what morality truly is, which actions are good or bad. And because of this neglect and this willful ignorance, they're physically harming their children. Physically. This is a delusion. Even the CDC's own numbers for 19 years old and under, it's 0.00003. Okay? The real deal is all the government institutions use mind control. They use fear and control, and parents are masking their children, suffocating their children because the TV told them to. That's what's really going on. But if you go outside and you look around, it's just business as usual. People going to work. It's not, everything's operating as it should, except people are terrified, under mind control, masking their kids, and this is a violation of sovereignty and human rights. And parents need to wake up for sure. Look at that child screaming. You can't tell me when a year ago, when parents started putting masks on their children, their children weren't fighting it. It's a natural response. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. The only reason why they probably fought less is because the parent conditioned the kid. And what it really is, it's the abdication of responsibility. Parents are giving up their own personal responsibility to raise their children to someone else, someone they consider superior to them, who would make the decisions for them, allowing the government to shape and mold the young minds as they see fit. As they see fit to put their children into a condition of internal confusion, which then seeks for external control. Parental ignorance to objective morality and the lack of ability to respond consciously to the laws of nature. And this is what it's about. They're giving away their responsibility to government institutions. And here are some of the mainstream institutions: religion, government, media, education, banking, finance, healthcare, medicine, science or scientism, which is government-funded science. These are all false authorities, but people worship them. Parental abandonment issues are the causal factors of the misplaced trust in mainstream institutions. Unresolved trauma is buried in the subconscious, which creates internal confusion, thus seeking external control by a proxy parent to fill the void. The unresolved motherly abandonment issues will leave the child feeling a lack of care and nurturing, which leads to the societal institutions' care for me, want to provide for me, and have my best interest syndrome. We see this with the liberals, right? The left. The institutions are gonna take care of everything, right? Just waving on socialism, bring it on in. Unresolved fatherly abandonment issues will leave the child feeling a lack of protection, direction, and discipline, which leads to the societal institutions protect me, keep me safe and secure and orderly syndrome. And this can represent the right, the Republicans, the Trumpers, the military and the police heads. And then you have the biggest, indoctrination, which is government-ran schools, which parents sacrifice their children without question. And they keep lowering the age throughout many, many years. Now you can go there when you're 3 or 4. You got pre-K. And there's probably pre-K. But what it really is, it's the oppression of consciousness. These social engineers know that to condition the future minds of society, they need to put a wedge between the parents, and the children as soon as possible. And this is what public schooling's all about. Get your kids into public school. Government schooling produces unquestioning, uninformed, obedient workers, crushed of creativity and individuality, who are emotionally needy, respond to groupthink patterns, and find their only reprieve in materialism. Get your children out of government control schooling. And here's John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Corporation practically built the public school system that we have in America. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. Right? Our whole education system comes from the Prussia era. We adopted it, and that's what it's for. It's made to have obedient workers. Get your children out of government-controlled schooling. I'm not going to dive deep into these topics of homeschooling, unschooling, and self-directed learning. There's tons of information. You can look up Dana Martin, David James Rodriguez, which is the homeschoolleader.com, and they dive into these topics in detail, and it's phenomenal. There's something for everyone. This is probably one of the most important things you can do for your child, is to pull them out of school. And a lot of people are doing that right now because with the mask mandates and all that shit. But a lot of people are not. They're leaving their kids in there. Actually, schools are back in session, right? Just with masks, and you got to stay 6 feet apart and line up. Cut recess time down from 25 or 30 minutes to now it's 10. It's crazy. Pull them out. Authority is illusion. And this is the main thing right here. Authority is an illusion. This is a false mental construct. And this is what parents need to understand. No one has authority over you. You don't even have authority over your kids. You're a facilitator. You're a parent to nurture and guide them through this experience. You don't own them. It's a deep topic, something to think about. The religion of authority is based upon the illusion and falsehood that some humans have a moral right to command others, and other humans have a moral obligation to obey their commands. Children are conditioned with the diseased mind virus extremely young. Do what I say because I said so. And this is why we're in the situation we are now with this socially perceived crisis. It's because people think that an authority told them to do something, and they're just falling in line. Your sovereignty is from God, nature, the one mind, whatever you want to call it, not human beings. And this is what they want. The social engineers, they want obedience. Obedience is not a virtue. The tyrants don't create the tyranny. Your obedience does. Your choices create this situation. We are in this mess because of choices that people have made the free will choice to take. It's a meme that's going around, right, from the Nazi era, which we're in a very similar situation, right? There's a lot of psychological characteristics that match that era, and the look on that guy's face is priceless. It's like, nah, no obedience for me. Fuck off. Cowardice versus courage. And, this is a hard topic for people. People are going to get emotionally reactive, right? But this is what it comes down to. Cowardice or courage. The majority of parents are cowards. Saying that straight. We need courage. The meme says, I know, honey, I know, but mommy lacks the courage to stand up for your right to breathe. How many parents, have been telling their children, their small children, I know you have to wear it. You have to wear it. You have to wear the mask. Sorry. Mommy loves you. Mommy's sorry. Daddy's sorry. Cowardice. This picture from social media on the right is a family in a store, no masks on. We are from Oregon. We are the maskless family. We've been 86'd and kicked out of multiple stores. Registers turned off on us. Cops called. We will not be intimidated. We pulled our kids from school. Not going to play this game. Pure evil. That's courage. There's many levels of courage. That's courage right there. Pull your kids out of school, not wearing a mask, and smiling as they do it. Because they know their power. They know their sovereignty. That no one has authority over them. No one has authority over you.